with unparalleled scenery, incredible innovation, and immense opportunity. Seattle is one of the most beautiful and abundant places in the world. But in this city full of prosperity and bright futures are members of our community that have been forgotten. One of those forgotten souls is Charles King, a 68-year-old homeless man who felt overlooked and uncared for most of his life, until he found help from Providence. This is his story.
I grew up in Sunnyvale, California, and my first divorce when I was 12. And I basically lived on the streets since I was like 14. And, I got in trouble. I'm not going to deny that one. I became a heroin addict when I was, about 15. It was the first time I used, I think. And, I fell in and out of that. I watched people get their heads busted in and people be, loved. When a lot of concerts and stuff like that.
In July, Charles was diagnosed with heart failure and was given only 6 months to live. He was discharged from Harborview and accepted into Plymouth Housing, where he began receiving hospice care from Providence.
I was down, I admit it. There was a couple different times that I thought about, calling into life. And I love life. I love life and the people in my life.
Charles told us about how he was very down and he had thought about suicide. Just at the beginning of when I was starting to take care of him. And I think that he doesn't think about that as much anymore. I think that the ability to have those supportive people, and it's the team, it is the chaplain and the social worker and me, and coming in to help him or visit with him. I think it makes a big difference to be able to talk to somebody about the end of their life, that it's okay to be sad, but it's okay to talk to us about it.
Chronic homelessness exacerbates the terminal illnesses of those who are living in the streets or at shelters. Often, people without a home have nowhere to find comfort in their final days. Providence is driven by a belief that health is a human right, and we are committed to caring for all. 163 years ago, Mother Joseph had just landed in Vancouver, Washington, when a sick, cold, and homeless 85-year-old man came to her seeking shelter. Today, that compassion lives on in the hearts of our caregivers.
Laura is a one-of-a-kind person. I've never met such a warm, loving person in my lifetime. She's opened my eyes to so many different positives.
I think he worries about having been a bad person. And here at the end of his life, he thinks about that quite a bit. And so I think one of what I am trying to do is for him to think this is that I'm an okay person. My visits with Charles, they're often, just the things that nurses normally are doing. I mean, it's reminding him to take his medications. It's making sure that he's not in pain. It's making sure that he drank enough water. It's the little things that nurses do. Part of it is just support. It is reviewing the day, making sure, if he wants to tell me about what a hard day he's had, I'm there to listen.
For the chronically ill and elderly homeless, a skilled nursing facility, adult family home, or nursing home is the most appropriate home setting. Providence Mount St. Vincent, Marionwood, and Heritage House at the Market are prepared to answer the call. And our PACE program provides living placement and wraparound care for those in insecure housing situations. Seattle is a place of opportunity for many of us, but with your support and the services that Providence provides, it will continue to be a beacon of hope and progress for us all.
The people here they got hearts. They care about other people. If you're scared, if you're lonely, if you need to find somebody, Providence is there. All I can say is, God runs through the veins. They saved my life.